Okay, it was not a variance, it was a.
That may be politics.
What number turns on?
This is how much
All right, good afternoon. It is Tuesday, January 7th, 5 p.m. It's special city council meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that the press and public were duly notified of the meeting in accordance with the Freedom of Information Act. Nicole, you want to do roll call?
Yes. Councilmember Streetman?
Here.
Councilmember Pierce?
Here.
Councilmember Anderson?
Here.
Councilmember Ward?
Here.
Councilmember Bogosian?
Here.
Councilmember Myers?
Here.
Councilmember Hahn?
Here.
Councilmember Carroll?
Here.
Mayor Pounds?
Here.
You have a quorum?
Thank you. So starting the meeting over here tonight, last 3 years, I've usually done some opening comments on our first meeting of the year, so just wanted to kick it off this year. So Happy New Year to everyone that I haven't crossed paths with or said that to already. What's today's the 7th, so at some point you got to stop, right? No more Happy New Year, but today we'll do it. So we've done this the past 3 years. Just wanted to kick off the new year with a few opening remarks to help set the tone and highlight some of what's set before us for this year. Each year brings a certain amount of hope and promise and anticipation. We will start this year with the important task of filling the city administrator role. Not a task on anyone's wish list, and certainly not one we were planning on. Desiree has left some very big shoes to fill. We started the search in late November, have had 79 applicants, and will move quickly but smartly to replace her. Also, we will have reports and recommendations from the Community Enrichment Task Force and the Beach Preservation Ad Hoc Committee. Both groups met for the majority of 2024 and will have numerous ideas for us to consider. We will also have the sea level rise adaptation plan to review and an updated comprehensive plan. Some heavy reports that will lead to many projects and recommendations for us to consider. And there are numerous projects in various stages that we will continue to make progress on this year. The Marina Public Dock renovation, probably about 95% complete. Hopefully have a ribbon cutting in the next 30 or 45 days or so. Our stormwater projects, we completed at 30th, 36th, and 41st. Phase 4 on Palm Boulevard between 38th and 41st in the design and permitting process with anticipated construction the fall of this year. ADA beach access boardwalks completed at 34A, almost done at 46th and 52nd Avenues. We'll have additional beach access boardwalks at 26A and 36A, hopefully finished by the end of February. Douglas, I know they were supposed to start this week, but with the weather and stuff, I don't know if they did or not. Our beach renourishment projects, our Army Corps project around Breach Inlet should be starting soon. Heard that before, but I'm believing in it at this point. Shoal management project in Waldoon should be starting during the first quarter pending permit receipt. We should also be finishing up the utility line underground project on 14th Avenue and outline our next areas of focus. We'll be replacing the Recreation Center playground with new inclusive equipment for kids of all ages to enjoy. The Waterway Boulevard multi-use path elevation project, one that we've been birthing for quite some time, but final design is just about done. Permits will be requested in the first quarter. The infrastructure work on the Harbor Golf Course within Wild Dunes will start hopefully in March, and we'll have some of the protection infrastructure will also be on the golf course that will be incorporated into our project. The 21st Avenue sidewalk repair and extension, hopefully that construction will also start in the first quarter of 2025. So we've had numerous projects completed over the past 3 years, but just completing projects doesn't necessarily equate to success. How would you define success for our city? Is it low taxes, public safety, fiscal responsibility, a thriving business community, tackling environmental initiatives, a healthy beach? I think over the past few years, we've been very successful on most of these fronts. Did we or will we in the future get everything right? Of course not. However, if our focus stays on the broader community, we should be good. To our city council, thank you for your service to our community and the time that you put on behalf of the city. Some of you are entering your last year of your current term. Some are just in year one. Whichever camp you're in, let's renew our commitment to our residents and our role in 1, be fully engaged in city matters. 2, be present and prepared for all meetings. 3, be visible in the community by attending city events. And 4, be supportive of our staff that works so hard to make our community what it is. I've used the prayer for humility before, but it never goes out of style or relevance. Listen as I read it again. Oh, Father, give us the humility which realizes its ignorance, admits its mistakes, recognizes its need, welcomes advice, and accepts rebuke. Help us to praise rather than to criticize, to sympathize rather than to discourage, to build rather than to destroy, and to think of people at their best rather than at their worst. This we ask for in thy name's sake. Let's put this prayer into practice in the new year. Here's to a successful and healthy 2025. Now we'll take care of a little bit of business. You know, our code, when it's an election year, we announce committees in December and then vote on them in January. When it's not an election year, it's just the opposite. So we voted on it in December. Tonight, we're just announcing that and kind of solidifying it. So item 3A, the announcement of nominations and appointments to standing committees for 2025. The Administration Committee, John Bogosian, Jimmy Ward, Philip Pounds. Ashley Carroll will replace me after we fill the city administrator role. Public Safety, John Bogosian, Jan Anderson, Rusty Streetman. Public Services and Facilities, Katie Myers, Scott Pierce, and Blair Hahn. The announcement of appointment to the CARTA Board of Directors, Jimmy Ward. Announcement of appointment to Charleston Visitors Bureau Board of Directors, Rusty Streetman. Announcement of appointment to Charleston, Berkeley, Dorchester Council of Governments, Jan Anderson. Announcement of appointment to the Environmental Advisory Committee, Katie Myers. The announcement of appointments of boards and commissions for the Planning Commission with 2-year terms expiring 12/31/26, David Cohen, Tim Moody, and Sandy Stone. The Environmental Advisory Committee, 3-year terms expiring 12/31/27, Mary Pringle, Cindy Mars, Eric Sikora, and Sean Popson. Board of Zoning Appeals, 3-year terms expiring 12/31/27, Susie Wheeler and Glenn Thornburg. We have one item we need to vote on tonight, just due to timing and trying to get a project done before tourist season kicks off. So item G is consideration of award of contract to True Luck Construction for the construction of an emergency access path through the Charleston County Park for $328,436. So we've been talking about this one for some time. Douglas, you want to give us just a quick update and kind of what's
Yes.
going on there?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This is a path, as you mentioned, we've been talking about this and working with Charleston County, along with our fire department and police department, for installing a new access gate at the curve of 14th Avenue and Ocean Boulevard that would give EMS and our responders the ability to get through that gate at Ocean Boulevard and all the way out to the beach, really at a moment's notice. They could click a remote, it'll open both gates, and they can have immediate access. This became particularly crucial when the erosion started impacting their accesses. They've traditionally gone down 9th and 5th. Those accesses have become much less reliable with the erosion, so putting it here at the county park makes it much more convenient for their location next to the public safety building, also the stability of the beach in that area. County has been a great partner. We feel good about the pricing that we got. We got 4 bidders. 3 of the 4 were kind of tightly gathered together, which tells us everybody seemed to understand the bid packet. There was one kind of outlier, which happens occasionally. It is a bit over budget. When we set this budget, we set it at $250,000. That was very much based on well, first of all, I think it was set up about 2 years ago when we first conceptualized this, but it was done based without any plans or anything else. So it was really a placeholder. The actual low bid came back at $328,436. The low bidder is True Luck Construction. As you will recall, they've done a number of projects for us most recently, and actively they're working at our community dock at the marina. So we've had a good experience with them and feel very comfortable moving forward with them.
Motion to approve. Second.
And Douglas, do you have an update? Because I know the county park has had some design requirements that they should and hopefully are paying for. Do you have some update on that?
Yes, part of this work that's included in the bid is an existing, what they call a clatter bridge. It's kind of a timber matting that gets the vehicles out and over the dune and onto the beach. They have an existing structure there. They have a need, independent of our project, to replace that. We are working with them, and they've agreed to pay that differential. That's, really, they're recognizing that that's part of work that they would need to do anyway. So we do know this amount will come down by some amount. I don't think it'll come down the full amount of the Clatter Bridge, which is, I think, about 58,000, but it will come down some amount and end up being, we would expect it to be some amount less than the 328. Still not meet the budget, but
Quick question, Douglas.
Yes.
I mean, this sounds like it's benefiting the county as well as the city. Did we explore any kind of cost sharing, or is there any reason why we can't
we,
maybe ask them to help us with this, since we're going to be servicing all
we
members of the
started,
community?
that's where we started, and we asked, hey, kind of, we would like for this to be a cost share project. We think it benefits you all. They didn't buy that sales pitch. I think they said, we're a willing partner. If you all want to do it, we're happy to give you permission to do it. Well, they said, if designed appropriately, we will give you permission. But I think they see giving us permission as they also will, they will maintain it, kind of the routine maintenance. If there's major replacements that need to happen, that would come back to the city.
Is this
But
all
they're-
on county property?
Yes, 100% on their property. Well, not 100, there's a little bit on the right-of-way. There's an entrance in the right-of-way. But the vast majority of it is on county property.
Yeah, it's disappointing that they wouldn't help cost share on this.
Yeah, I think they see it as our request to them, and,
Which it really is.
yeah, which it is.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Disappointing, but not surprising. I mean, we tried for many, many years, over probably the past 30 years, to get them to help us with the public restroom facility. And they said, no, but thank you. It's all on you.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, they have been a great partner in terms of working together on the design and have been very good to work with in terms of granting us permission and working with us to get it done.
And Douglas, part of the reason we're doing this tonight is to get it kicked off and done before season.
That's correct.
going.
Yeah, they plan to shut the park down probably entirely for the majority of February to facilitate getting this project done. They would like it done and us out of there before the season gets cranked back up.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next item, I'd make a motion, we go into executive session in accordance with South Carolina Code, Section 30-4-70A1, to discuss employment matters, specifically the appointment and compensation of interim city administrators. There a second?
second.
Sorry, should I add, council may take action following the executive session. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are off record at